Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, children of light, just welcome to Robert Sports Show. I'm your host, Robert. Alright, GCW, The Wrld on GCW took place Wednesday morning here in the States. It was from Korakuen Hall in Tokyo, Japan. This is one of the top 3 or 4 arenas that New Japan Pro Wrestling runs at. This is one of the most famous halls in Tokyo, besides obviously the Tokyo Dome. But Korakuen Hall, famous history, just a lot of great wrestling is taking place in this venue. Now we have Game Changer Wrestling at this venue, which was just completely awesome to see. Just the backdrop of Korakuen Hall and GCW, it's like your mind just can't wrap around that. I meant to do this video yesterday, but one heck of a show they put on. We had some Lucha Libre matches, we had some death matches, we just had some fun matches. So we're going to run down the star rating and run down this card a little bit. We have one, what's the name of the show tonight? There's a show tonight in LA. If you're a Game Changer Wrestling fan, it is, let's see here, The Blood on the Hills 2, Los Angeles, California. Do you believe that's going to take place at the Ukrainian Culture Center, which is the Los Angeles home for Game Changer Wrestling. Looks like we have some pretty good matches going on for tonight. Pretty good show. So that show's going to be on 7 o'clock local time. So it's going to be pretty late here where I'm at. So I probably won't get that review up until tomorrow sometime. And then the next few, we have that one. And then the next show after that is on 11/3 GCW Please, Buddy. And then Sai or No is the one after that, that weekend, the first weekend in November. Looks like there's 9 GCW shows left here in 2023. You can go to Robert Sports Show and you see the review of every single GCW show of 2023. You'll see the best of 2022, the best of 2021, the best of 2020. And you will see midway of 23, halfway through the season, through June, the best of 2023. So that all is right here in Robert Sports Show. All right. First match, 6-person tag match. We had BUSSY, Allie, Katch, and Effy teaming up with Maki, Itoh versus Kikutaro, and Kikutaro. The first Kikutaro is the original. The second Kikutaro was Jimmy Lloyd. And the third Kikutaro was Abdullah Kobayashi. The first Kikutaro was the usual Kikutaro we see a lot in TNT wrestling and occasionally Game Changer. The second Kikutaro was unmasked as Maki Itoh took her pizza cutter that she was gifted by Nick Gage and started slicing him up with it. That was Jimmy Lloyd, and then Allie Katch did the same thing to Kobayashi. This was a fun, just little, haha kind of match. Had a few spots in it, nothing really just out of this world. I ended up giving it 2.5 with BUSSY and Maki Itoh getting the victory. Next up, we had the Game Changer Wrestling Tag Team titles on the line. We had champions Takashi, Sasaki, and Toru Sugiura, who are actually Freedoms. Suzuki owns Freedoms, or runs Freedoms, and so this feud has been going on for quite a few months now. When they first came to the U.S. and took the titles and took them back to New Japan, so we hit New Japan. Game Changer had to go to Japan and to Freedoms, Korakuen Hall, just to get those titles back against Los Macizos, Ciclope, and Miedo Extremo. And good thing for Game Changer Wrestling, Los Macizos was able to take those titles back from the Freedom Stars. I give this match 3-star. It was okay. It wasn't as, when we think of death matches and think of Los Macizos, it wasn't that extreme. It was just a barbed wire, just a dead door with some barbed wire on it. And I think a few other, I think maybe a gusset plate or two. So it wasn't just, that violent. It was like, no, it was just a match. So they ended up giving it 3-star. Los Macizos, your current GCW Tag Team Champions, or new Tag Team Champions. Next up, we had a Fatal 4 death match. I love 4-way death matches. We had a couple of Freedoms wrestlers versus, actually 3 Freedoms wrestlers versus John Wayne Murdoch. So we had John Wayne Murdoch, we had Masashi Takeda, we had Shikuduka, and then Violento Jack. Again, few tubes, gusset plates, barbed wire, pretty much it. Only 7.5 minutes, so it was just okay for me. I ended up giving it a 3-star. It was like, I guess I gotta kind of, when I see a death match and start watching these, and you get a certain level with the tubes and stuff, I look at those spots as moves. And so if you're going to advertise to me in GCW a death match, it's like, I expect glass the whole 9. You got to realize sometimes when some of these matches depends on where they're at on what they can do. So in different states have different rules. Athletic commissions. In Atlantic City, you can do more than you can in Illinois. So New Jersey, Illinois has different. The Athletic Commission has different rules that they can follow. Same way with California, same way with Texas, etc. So you just kind of gotta enjoy the match for what it is and not try to compare it to something else. Now the next match, you can compare this to anything you want. Lucha Libre. 2 of the top Lucha Libre stars that wrestle in America, El Hijo del Vikingo and Gringo Loco. These 2 have been feuding across the independents in 2023. You add in Commander, you add in some of the other stars like that, and there is a ton of matches with these guys. And either 3 ways, 4 ways, 1-on-1. Vikingo's been all over the place. Matter of fact, where's he been? We can take a look here on cagematch.net is where I get a lot of my stuff at. So Vikingo's been in AAA. He's been in Ring of Honor against Gravity and Metalik. They teamed up together. He's been in House of Glory versus Loki. Obviously GCW, Dreamwave, Shelly and Gringo. I like Shelly, Gringo Loco, Vikingo. Let's see, Gringo Loco and El Vikingo, Dreamwave. I haven't seen that match yet. That looks cool. He's been on AEW Collision. He's been teamed with Commander. He's fought Commander. Defy Wrestling versus Commander. Metalik in GCW Ride or Die. Let's see. Wrestle Libre Waco Takeover. Never even heard of that company. He defeated Vikingo. So yeah. There's a group of these guys who just, Commander, Gringo Loco, Vikingo, they just wrestle each other throughout the freaking world of professional wrestling. And most of these matches, Loretta Kid, throw him in there. Most of these matches are just off the craziness. Vikingo, I mean, his playbook is sometimes very narrow, but sometimes so vast. You know, he does unique moves. He does that springboard 630. He'll do you can even name some of the stuff. Move instead of moving to a move. Gringo Loco's the same way though. So just a lot of high flying here, just a lot of lucha libre, 15 minutes of just and that's actually my favorite style. And that goes from me starting watching wrestling, watching the Rey Mysterios, the Psychosis, Juventud, Dean Malenko from the WCW Cruiserweights. I give that match 4.5, by the way. El Hijo del Vikingo getting the victory. All that, it's just to say that. And then the next match was actually one of my favorite matches as well. I didn't rate it well because it didn't really come off really well to me, but it was good. 2 of my favorite independent wrestlers right now. GCW champion Blake Christian defending that GCW title versus Jordan Oliver. Again, a lot similar to the Vikingo Gringo Loco match, but a little bit more heelness of Blake Christian and kind of the cockiness, and then Jordan Oliver just young, athletic. This match went a little bit longer, 18 minutes, but actually went down a little bit on star rating. I went 3.5 on this one. Blake Christian retained the GCW title. I like the character that Blake Christian is right now, just that cocky heel, I'm better than you, you can't touch me deal, kind of deal. Jordan Oliver is young, hungry. Part of his faction is young, dumb, and broke. They are young, they ain't dumb, and they ain't broke. But yeah, that match is 3.5. And then the main event, we had the GCW Ultraviolent Championship on the line. Champion Arina Yamashita versus Masha Slamovich. I may have overrated this match, and I'm fine with that. I don't care because I thought it was that good. When you see 2 wrestlers wrestle a death match, ultraviolet match, automatically think of a John Wayne Murdoch and Alex Colon and Nick Gage. You don't think of Rina Yamashita and Masha Slamovich. These two females went out there and took it to one another. Blood, tubes, gusset plates, barbed wire, doors, the whole nine. 3 3/4 star match, almost 20 minutes of just violence. Rina Yamashita retaining her GCW Ultraviolent Championship. Alright, so that is GCW The Wrld on GCW 2023. Stay tuned to our sports show for the review of Blood in the Hills 2 from the Ukraine Cultural Center in Los Angeles. That's coming probably tonight or tomorrow. As always, thanks for watching our sports show, and don't just have a great day. Have a spiffy day. Robert Sports Show, your YouTube leader in sports channel content, and your GCW leader here on YouTube. Make sure you check out reviews of every single GCW show in 2023.